Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow, call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to another Saturday. We made it. It is the weekend updates, and I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. I hope you guys got some awesome plans. I mean, whether it's football, movies, going outside and enjoying the colder weather, if you're at least on the West Coast, and then getting your read on, of course. What are you guys reading? What are you guys diving into this weekend? Go ahead and drop it into the comments. But yo, thank you so much, you guys, for showing up and hanging out with me on this. God, it's the 2nd of November. I can't believe it. It's just crazy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Dying Breed community, the Patreon members. Thank you so much, you guys, for Warrior Bernard, who is already in the chat saying, hail to the Dying Breed. Hail to you, good sir. Hail to you. We have, of course, fighters Maxwell, Foster, Q. We have got Guardian Wilkie. We have got Soldiers Boslow, Little Panda Aiden, Unwired, and of course, the defenders, our first line of defense, LG, Jodan, Miss Aoife, and Duck Commander Stephen Landry. And of course, speaking of Unwired, there he is. Hey, TJ. What is up, brother? It is great to see you. Cannot wait. Tomorrow, that dude and I are going to be linking up in Florida. Granted, it's going to be late at night, but next week, just writing sessions galore. I'm so excited. I definitely need this little vacation. But of course, vacations that are workcations, because all we're going to be doing is grinding on these manuscripts, getting them written out, because we love what we do. We love sharing stories, creating new worlds, and just having fun, right? I'm excited. All right, so what are the updates? Productification. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. I love that. Yeah, what are the updates, you guys? This week has been crazy. It's been awesome. And I'm super excited because I decided to wrap out the 2023-2024 writing year. So I was going to do November. Well, normally, because I started this last year for Vegas, right? The 20 books to 50K Vegas. So it's going to be November. That way, a few others and I could track our word counts and everything. And so when I moved up to Oregon, I still had that format. So I decided to November 2024, this month, will count towards next year's writing. So I closed out the 2024 writing year with 418,000 words, 172 change. But oh, it's so good. Such a great writing year, right? Such great productivity. We literally completed one series, Bloodbath, the Scalpel Chronicles. We completed that entire series this year. We started on Golem Master, which is going to be coming out next year. And that finished out at 154 word manuscript that I sent to editing. After editing, it came out to 151,000 with like 8,000 words of back matter, right? All the like, hey, check me out on social media. But also the most important part to me is the cast. There's right after the author's note, there's this portion called the cast where we literally talk about the 46 people that were added within the story, why they were added or how I, came to meet them over the course of life. So we did that. And then what else did we accomplish this year? Well, we ended out the year writing Golem Master Book 2, which, so that leaves my career total at 1,101,194 words. Like we literally got to that 1.1 mark. That was awesome to see. And Golem Master Book 2 is currently sitting at 136,301 words, which brings November, the next, the 2024-2025 writing year, is off to a great start for November with 2,500 words. So it's just like a bunch of words, a bunch of writing, but I really just had so much fun. And so that's the update. The update is Book 2 of Golem Masters at 136,000 words. We're still not even to the main buildup. And I'm just like, oh, it's just going, right? It's just going. I don't know. It's off the rails at this point. The train conductor's asleep, but we're just having fun. And I love being with these characters. One of the interesting things with Golem Master 2 was one of the roommates, one of the people, I added some tension. And at first I was going to make them the main antagonist, the main trial tribulation for Pepper, the MC, to come over or to progress past, right? To get to overcome, I should say. And then as I was writing, I was like, you know what? No, I want to mend this relationship. Instead of, I fractured it a little bit and I was going to build upon that. But then I was like, you know what? No, I actually want to mend this. And so I mended it. I think I mended it in a really good way. And I think I mended it in a way that if it's a younger readership, like the people will enjoy it for like, you know what? I like that. Instead of having this building tension, I wanted there to be this aspect of feel good to Golem Master, right? Like, hey, we just feel good because some of these values are just old school values. And some of these things, like, it's not perfect. Like, these characters aren't perfect, but there's at least trying to be better, right? That's at least what I was hoping to achieve, what I'm hoping to get to. So I really like the fact that we mended a relationship. But now we got to get into it, right? And now I got to figure out, like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I think I know one way that I can do that. So I'm excited. So that's what Rob and I are going to be working on next week. I'm going to have my partner in crime, my writing accountability partner, Rob, is going to be, we're going to write together. And so he's going to hold me accountable and we're going to get book 2 done, right? Because the goal is to get Golem Master 2 done by Thanksgiving. So yeah, so Rob's going to hold me accountable and we're going to get it done. It's going to be exciting. Angel Ramon coming in. Hey, bro, what is up, my dude? It is great to see you. Congratulations on the success of Frogs and Margaritas, my friend. Seeing you continue to reach high in those rankings, I am just so happy. And I am sorry that your Yankees lost, but suck it. because everyone fucking hates the Yankees besides Yankees fans. So way to get to the big ship and then not show up. Just saying. And granted, I know, before you say anything, I know. New York has had some hardships. The Jets, the Giants, just all of your guys' teams suck. But I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so suck it. I've had my fair share of bad seasons. I get it. The wonderful Miss Geneva showing up. Hey, what's up, girl? It's so good to see you. Gonna be a great week, dude. I'm super excited. I'm also bringing a surprise. It's not really like a big surprise, but it's definitely something that when I saw it at work, I was like, you know what, this is probably gonna be really cool, a really cool thing for you and I to discuss together. So I'm bringing that with me as well for after riding sessions, beach walks, even though it's raining. Like, I'm going to Florida for vacation, and of course, like, the entire week I'm there, it's just nothing but rain. But that's okay because it's raining in Oregon all week. It's just like 50, 48 degrees here, and it's like 80 degrees down there. So I am totally happy with that. No worries. My book success overcomes the Yankees' failures. That is the attitude, my dude. I fucking love that. And yes, the Yanks dropped the ball figuratively and literally 100%. I love it. But I still love you, bro. We get to talk trash this week. I know, right? It's fun. I love it. I mean, I'm a Lions fan. I'm a Ducks fan. Both teams are doing great this year. I'm super happy for them. I've always been a Mariners fan for baseball because of Ken Griffey Jr., A-Rod, you know, all of those old school guys. But I just don't even watch baseball anymore. It's basically football, hockey, and that's about it. Okay, so Golem Master Book 2, 136,000 words. It's going great. We're going to try to wrap it up this week. Have some fun because I am super amped and excited to get to book 3. Like, we've basically concluded this chapter. Literally, figuratively, we've concluded this portion of the story. I just need to get to the finish line. I'm really excited for book 3, the developments and how that's going to go. And what was really cool was I did put Golem Master book 1 on Royal Road. So, footnote, if you guys have read Golem Master and you really like it, please consider going over to Royal Road, giving me a positive rating or something to help me out. What NHL team? So I have always been a Dallas Stars fan, actually, and that's what's weird, right? Like, all of the teams that I've loved watching over across sports have all been spread out. The Lions, Mariners, Dallas Stars, Phoenix Suns for a long time because of Jason Kidd. I also really love the San Antonio Spurs because of the team dynamics. I enjoyed watching Golden State during their heyday because of the team dynamics. But again, like, I would only watch them like really during the playoffs. But Dallas Stars have always been my hockey team. I've also enjoyed the Anaheim Ducks because of the movie. I did enjoy watching San Jose for a while. They were really fun to watch. Who else? That was really it. Like, basically anyone besides the Detroit Red Wings or the Chicago Blackhawks, because my mom is a Blackhawks fan, and the Detroit Red Wings were always the nemesis to the Dallas Stars when I was growing up during the Mike Modano, Brett Hull days. So yeah. So anyways, I'm ready to get into book 3. That's going to be really fun and exciting. If you have checked out Golem Master and you've read it, please consider going over to Royal Road, giving me some love, giving me a positive rating. It definitely helps. But what was really cool was I did put Golem Master on Royal Road after having a conversation with another author who's been in the space way longer than me, very successful, and he had some really great reasons behind it. And we talked it out, and I was like, okay, like, I didn't even hesitate. We had an hour-long conversation, and as soon as that conversation was over, I literally, because everything was done, right? Like, the manuscript was already edited. Golem Master was in formatting, but formatting to me, it doesn't really matter in Royal Road. And so the cover was done, the editing was done. So as soon as that conversation was over, I just posted it to Royal Road, set up my schedule for the chapter release, and let it go. And so with that being said, there was one of the readers in the early chapters who, granted, what's been really nice is to see this reader continue on and stay with me through the course of the book. they had a suggestion, or they asked a question of like, hey, so is there this? And I was like, no, well, no, kinda, but I want to dive further into that. And so what's really cool was I got to add that essence into part of book 2 to plant the seed. And what was really cool was seeing how I thought of Golem Master OWA, like this side, like how we could make an additional arc, but it would be really weird, in my opinion. Like I was like, this is going to be a really hard shift in the direction of what was originally planned for Golem Master. So I don't really know if readers are going to stick with it. But with the idea that they had, I was like, this makes really sense, like really cool sense. And so Rob's character, who's in the chat, Rob's character is going to come in book 2, plant the additional seed of where the main trajectory is going to go, but also gives us a way to like hit this other avenue at the same time. So I'm really excited to like get into it. So I'm like, okay, well then we need to do book 3. With book 3, that'll lead us into book 4, and then possibly that'll get us to book 5, and then possibly a book 6. I'm just super excited, right? Like when you see these future pieces coming together, but also getting, like you're getting to move the plot points in different locations to help build these new elements that you're discovering, right? The different layers, it gets you all motivated and you're like, gosh, I just want to keep writing. So I'm really excited for where it's going, what's going on with it. And at the same time, I'm just really excited to see some of the positive feedback that we have been seeing on Royal Road with book 1. So book 1 of Golem Master is now set to release on Amazon on the 8th of January. With that, we've been releasing chapters daily. Sometimes I've been releasing more than one chapter in a day. We've seen continual sustained growth. So right now the book has, currently it has 118 followers with 25 favorites. I sometimes estimate like, okay, that could be like 8 to 12 of friends and fellow authors who are just being nice and supporting. So I'm like, okay, well, if we have at least 100 new followers, that'll hopefully gain some traction. I am really happy with the conversion rate, meaning like how many overall views I have compared to how many followers I have. For a while, I was averaging about 5 followers per day. So for each day that a chapter released, I was adding about 5 followers. And so, so let's see, the book has been out for just about 2 weeks now. So obviously that ratio is a little different, but it's just been a great experience so far. I'm happy to get some of the feedback that I have. I've been able to have these 1 or 2 individuals who have given continual feedback or comments. And it's been nice to send them messages privately, at least with one of them, and just say, hey, this was one of my concerns. What do you think? Someone who I don't know, someone who is just completely new to the story, who is getting to give me some feedback, and they've been really nice and wonderful with providing that feedback. So that is that. But yes, if you guys haven't, and if you would be willing to, I would greatly appreciate you guys jumping over to Royal Road and giving us, oh, it's John A. Douglas. What's up, John? It is great to see you, my man. Let me go over here real quick. So if you guys need the link, Stephen Armstrong, what is up, dude? It's great to see you, my man. Okay, so there's the link, you guys. If you haven't and you're willing to, there's the link. There's the story. You guys can go check it out and just please give me, whatever feedback you want to. That'd be great. Stephen Armstrong, dude, this guy is one of my old troops. Loved you, dude. You're such a cool person, man. Thank you for coming in and just saying hi. It's great to see you popping in, dude. Obviously, I can't see you because it's a one-way video feed. Dude, I miss you too, man. I miss you too. On my way to downvote now. I love you, John. You're awesome, dude. Dude, thank you so much, man. Both to John and to Stephen. Yeah, Steven was one of my troops at my old military unit, my last military unit, and I have to say, it was one of those things like when you enter a career in the military, like whether you're a civil engineer, you're an aircraft mechanic, you're a military police officer, whatever, like you all get this pride about like our job is so cool. Look at how important we are to the Air Force. And in reality, every single job is super important. Every single job has a very key critical component that you need to be able to achieve. But what was really cool was for me being a military police officer for the majority of my career, I got to do a guidance counselor position for 3 years, which was amazing. But when I ended as a first sergeant, I ended at Stevens Squadron, the 270th Air Traffic Control Squadron. And those guys were by far some of the coolest I've ever experienced in my military career. And it was one of those things where when you're like, yeah, I'm security forces, like I'm military police, combat infantry, like combat cool. And yeah, that we protect everything. We're awesome and badass. But then when you see like what the 270th was doing and those guys, I was like, God, man, these guys are so fucking cool. And I love getting to be a part of this unit and what we're doing. So it was probably one of the best ways to leave and end my career. Like, granted, I ended at just under 16 years. Like, it was like 15 years and 10 months type of a thing, right? So to end my career at 16 years, I didn't hit the 20. I don't regret that. But I got to end it with a really cool unit doing really cool stuff. And those guys are badass. So, dude, I love you, Steven. Please say hi to everyone for me down there. One of these days, probably very soon, I'll probably be swinging by Klamath Falls. So I will try to link up with you. We'll have some cigars. We'll chat. We'll have some fun. So, all right, Johnny Douglas. I just reviewed Stone and Sky trilogy by Z.S. Diamante. I don't know if I said that right, but whatever. Very much can tell a veteran wrote it based on the Brotherhood and the way the plot rolled out. Yeah, man. It's very clean fantasy. Boring. Because he wanted stories his kids could read. Boring. I get it. I'm just making fun. So a very much needed all-age stories. Well, there you go, you guys. If you guys need a good, wholesome fantasy, appropriate for all ages, Stone and Sky by that guy, Z.S. Diamante. Will do. Please, please do. Hell yeah, dude. We're going to do it, man. Have some cigars, hang out. It's going to be a great time. Dude, I'm happy, dude. Yeah, so Golem Master, it's out. What else is going on? So book 3 of The Dying Breed Enslavement, is currently being, it has gone into audiobook production right now by the ever incredible Tom Cox. I'm super excited for that. Tom is just doing amazing work, and I'm very blessed for that. With that being said, I got a private miss. Oh, it's just Mickey. Whatever. With that being said, Jodan is still working on the audiobook for Bloodbath. And then also on top of that, we have hopefully later this week, I will be able to make a decision on who I'm going to pursue or give the reins of Golem Master's audiobook production over to. I am very excited for the two candidates, both Daniel Wisnowski and Steve Campbell. They both have done incredible work. Like, I don't think you could go wrong with either one, right? They're just both so extremely talented and amazing. So I'm hoping to make my decision this week, so Rob and I can discuss or whatever. But yeah, it's just been great. So hopefully those will be in the works at the early onset of 2025. So what else do we got to talk about as far as the book stuff? That's really about it. I've gone ahead and ordered some additional author copies of The Dying Breed. That was the other thing. So a huge shout out to my buddy David Cobb. So David and I were in Kuwait together. So my first military deployment, 2010, I went to Kuwait, and granted, when I deployed out of Montana, I was we had 1,200 cops on Malmstrom Air Force Base. only 30 got to deploy. And like the year after that, I think only 3 or 5 deployed. It was an extremely select group of people that ever got to deploy out of Malmstrom. I was honored to be one of them. And so as I'm in Kuwait, we had our Army personal security detail guys come through the checkpoints, pick up their distinguished guests and distinguished visitors, and they would be the security drivers for that select individual. So I got to know David coming in and out of the checkpoints. We would literally joke back and forth, just give each other a hard time. And it was one of those things where the Army guys were like, dude, you know what, TJ, you're legit. Like when it comes to Air Force people, like you're legit. You could easily be one of us and we love you for it. So we created this really strong friendship. And, 14 years later, here we are still keeping in touch through Facebook. And what was really cool was earlier in the year, he was doing some live streaming, playing Call of Duty. I jumped on his stream, watched him, talked to him. And he's like, oh, dude, did you write a book? And I was like, yeah, man, The Dying Breed Hunter. He's like, I'm going to pick up your book. I'm going to read it. And like that was months ago. And then all of a sudden, it was last week when he messaged me and he said, hey, dude, just so you know, I devoured book 1. He's like, yeah, it was a slow start, but by the end of it, I was hooked. And I was like, dude, that's awesome, right? And so then by the end of the next week, he's like, hey, so I already finished book 2 and I'm on to book 3. Like, what's going to happen? Like, because I'm thinking this. And it was so encouraging when you see like a military buddy of yours get back into reading. And I think that's one of the best things, or one of the most exciting things, is when you start out as a young author and you're telling like some of your friends like, oh, hey, I'm writing a book. And they like tell you, oh yeah, sure, I'll check it out. But in reality, like maybe only 5% of people that tell you they're going to read your book ever do, or ever give you feedback. And so it's just one of those motivating things when you see someone who hasn't read books like since they were really a kid or something, pick up your book, dive into it, and then they're hooked and they're just, they get motivated for the story. It just is that huge motivating factor that really encourages you. So that was just super exciting. It was super fun to see, and I'm happy for that. So yeah, David, I got to definitely hook you up with some signed author copies. I'll be sending those out to you hopefully soon, because I ordered some more copies to come in so I could send you. But yeah, and then with that, I changed just a little bit of the cover of Golem Master, and I am trying to do a hardcover version of Golem Master through Amazon. So I am test betting that. So while Rob and I are hanging out in Florida, my author copies are more than likely going to show up waiting for me here in Oregon. So I'll have to wait to check that out. But I do have a hardcover version coming, and then one more paperback author copy of Golem Master with the slight change on the cover artwork and stuff. So TJ makes zombies look good. Oh, thanks, man. Dude, zombies are cool. I mean, do you remember like when we used to get into those arguments of like who would win, like a pirate or a zombie, or a pirate or a cyborg? Like that was so much fun when you just had those arguments of like, yeah, but a ninja could do this, or a pirate could do this, but a zombie could do that, and you just compared. Those are easier times. Those are more simple times. I like those. Reading is fun. You just got to find that right book to start. I would 100% agree, because there's definitely some books where I'm like, what the hell? Nope, not my friend. And I definitely feel bad because I am almost strictly an audiobook person, and it's so hard for people. Like, you can go the ACX route, and I encourage that for a lot of people, because just many authors do not have the financial funding to dive in to paying for audiobook narrators out of pocket, because many audiobook narrators will not do a royalty share. And I do not blame them at all. I totally understand, because when you look at The Dying Breed is only sold like 40 copies on audiobook. And so what does that mean? That means that basically that audiobook narrator, for doing, let's say, 30 hours of work, is only getting $40, maybe $80. So you're getting paid $1 an hour to try to work on this craft. It's a very harsh reality that some people don't realize. So I totally get that. Granted, that's why there is the ACX option where you can upload your manuscript, and those audiobook narrators who are just trying to build a portfolio can go and submit and try to get some projects going. And yeah, so I think, Daniel Wisnowski, I loved his post that he did about 2 weeks ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, where he shows this picture. He only has one photo of his original setup when he started narrating. And he's got this like packing this giant, huge blanket over him. And he's got his microphone and he's like hunched over. And he's like, this is how it was 5 years ago when I was starting out. And compared to the setup he has now. And it was one of those things of like, yeah, dude, like narrators have to grind just like authors have to grind. You're constantly working. It's not a quick road to success. You've got to keep working and building. And yeah, so anyways, I feel bad when I have some authors who are like, hey, will you check out my work? And I'm like, dude, is it on audiobook? Because that's really the only thing I do. So I feel bad. I get it. But there is options available for some people who want to get their book out there on audiobook. And I definitely encourage that for a lot of people. I miss the good days when Fraiche goes splat. Dude. Oh, it's still, what's funny, man, is I was watching The Rings of Power last night. I finished the series and God, I hate it. I just hate it. I hate it. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad for the actors and the actresses because it's not their fault. They are honestly doing they're doing the best they can. They're doing wonderful work. And I don't blame them at all. But the writing and everything for that series, like, it's just like nails on a chalkboard. Like, God, how could we be so awful in this series? And what's funny is I've been talking to someone and they were like, well, dude, it's Hollywood. It is just there for entertainment. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not even entertained because it's so bad. Like, it's just so bad. But anyways, the reason I bring that up is because last night, as I'm finishing that series, the second season, I don't think I will ever be able to watch Lord of the Rings and not think of the Fraiche, not think of book 3 of The Dying Breed, Enslavement, and Drebin the Dreadful, and my version of Helm's Deep, basically, because it's just like one of the most crazy or one of the most best written battle scenes, I think, or siege scenes, in my opinion. Not like I've read a whole lot to compare, but I just loved it. Like I felt so good about it. It's definitely the best book in the entire series so far. But with that being said, like, because I wrote that, Drebin the Dreadful and all that scene, I've wanted to just write a standalone book where all it is just a siege. It is just a siege, like 200,000 words of just a constant siege battle. And you get to learn more about the story through the breaks of the combat. Like, okay, day 1 is over. And now, I see this child's body laying there and I remember her parents and where they came from and growing up with them. And now to see their child dead reinvigorates my soul to not give in and not lose the battle. Like, I'm just like, oh, that would be so much fun. Just be so much fun. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get to write that story. Them audiobook narrators aren't cheap. I may crowdfund mine. Dude, you absolutely can. You absolutely can crowdfund. But again, there is the ACX option. If you want to just get it out there, there is some great talent on ACX. You just got to be willing to do, it just takes time to look for the right person who's willing to do it. Couldn't even get through the second show. Lech. Yeah, dude. It's so bad. It's just so bad. Like the little halfling things. Like, God, I hate them. If you put me into that world right now, I would Jedi Temple the shit out of that thing. Like, just Nope, nope, I can't do it. No empathy. No empathy. Yes, 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 right? The ever amazing Andrea. Hello, darling. Oh, God, I miss you. I love you so much. You are the ray of sunshine to my day. Let's just be honest. Yeah, like, dude, Brandon, you get it, man. Like, just because we know, like, siege warfare was not just one day, it wasn't just an hour, it wasn't done and over with. And so I'm like, man, like, how cool would that be to just, like, wait, so we're already under siege? Like, yeah, the main attack just happened, or the bombardment just happened, and now all you're doing is just following this one character. Like, you're following Anthony while he runs throughout the castle or his whole area, just trying to survive the siege, and he's going into all the depth and detail. And I'm like, God, that would just be amazing, because if I could write book 3 Enslavement with so much great character depth with what we did with Drebin, then dude, I could totally do that. And that would just be so much fun. Of like, hey, I don't need a series. I don't want this long, like, multi-book thing. Like, just give me a standalone book that's an epic story where I'm just like on the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, all right, cool. Well, that's fucking Siege. Let's just write that. Here you go. That would be fun. So, all right, what else, you guys? What else? It is the 2nd of November. I cannot wait for this election to be over, because I swear to God, if I get any more fucking text messages, which I would love to know exactly how those campaigns are working, that marketing, to where you can just randomly fucking text me. Would love to know how that happens. If I get another text message, I'm going to throw my phone out the fucking window. And then, of course, I cannot watch a goddamn football game without 4 fucking politic commercials at every commercial break. Swear to God, if we were allowed to slap politicians, like, I would be grand champion. Just stop. Just stop. We already know who we're voting for. We don't need your fucking shit shoved down our throats anymore. Jesus. Anyways, so that's that rant. Hope you guys enjoy that. I know you guys get it. You get it. So anyways, all right, guys, what else is going on? That is really it. I made it 37 minutes. Do you guys reactions and interactions? dude, I can't. Text please to vote yes on number 124855-12. Reply stop for more text messages. Exactly. Oh, you can just stop. Also, McAfee antivirus. I don't know where your headquarters is, but I swear to God, I hope I am never at the same place as your headquarters, because again, all of your people should be bitch slapped. I don't know how McAfee got onto my computer, but I definitely know one thing: it is not allowing me to remove it. And I swear to God, for being antivirus software, you are the virus software. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck you, McAfee. Anyways, that's another rant. You're welcome. Did you hear that Dungeon Crawler Carl got picked up by TradPub contract and a TV series? Never let anyone tell you self-pub can't lead to success. Yes, John, I did share that news when it came out. I do know Matt. I don't know. I can't say Matt and I are friends. What I can say is I have had the pleasure of spending one-on-one time with Matt Dinneman. I got to spend it with him in Georgia at Dragon Con for a short period of time. I got to spend some time with him in Vegas at 20 bucks to 50K. I was also blessed that I was referenced as his personal security detail by him and 1 or 2 other people who were curious about my presence with him. And then also I got to be blessed with being his stand-in wife. And Matt introduced me to Sound Booth Theater as his lovely wife, which if you guys have never met Mrs. Dinneman, she is amazing. She is wonderful. Love her to death. But yes, so I've gotten to be Matt's stand-in wife and his personal security detail. Boss. What I can say is Matt is, from the little bit I've spent time with him, he is an absolute wonderful human being. I have loved him to death. I always love to spend time with him. I have been trying to get up to Seattle to go to one of his concerts that he plays at, and the dude is just a genuine wonderful person. Um, and I could not be more happy for the success that he has had. Um, so yeah, I'm super happy for him. Super happy. Wish him all the best, and can't wait to see what the future holds because he just really opens the door for a lot of lit RPG authors. Um, with all good things, like you can't have roses without the thorns. So, though this is a great and wonderful thing, I am a little concerned about the thorns that are going to come alongside this. Um, I already know of one or two authors who did not start in lit RPG and are just writing lit RPG to make money, and and so I wish them not success to a certain point because like this genre was made by a community, and if you're not going to try to become a part of the community or add to the community, get to know the community and just make money from the community, I don't like that. So that's a part of the thorn side that I don't care for. But it is going to be the unfortunate thing. It's going to be the unfortunate thing. And then of course trad, which is like, oh, all we want is money. That's all we want. How can we make money from this as well? So it's very sad. It's very frustrating, but I absolutely 100% am so happy for Matt. He deserves it. And there's a lot of other lit RPG authors who also could, I would say, earn the love and totally deserve love and another opportunity as well to move on. Yeah, lit RPG is about to take off even harder. Dude, it's already taken off at this point. Like, I think people are like, oh my God, here we go. Like we got Mac got the TV deal. We get the like it's already taken off. It's not going to stop. One of the concerns is that the romance authors are going to try to come in and take over lit RPG. You know, I got mixed feelings on that. I don't know if I'm willing to share them publicly, but it is what it is, man. All the the sad part about life and about world and society is the vast majority are only concerned about one thing, and that is themselves, and that is making money and being a success. There's very few people who just do it for the pleasure of the art. And so, that's just the nature of the beast. There's only one language that business speaks, and that is green. That's money. That's the only language that business speaks. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next year. I mean, 2024 was a huge year for lit RPG because of all that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what 2025 has in store. All I can say is that I'm just having fun writing stories and doing what I do. And yeah, thankfully, I am blessed with the fact that I have a great job that provides for me, and it allows me to write the stories I want to write and just tell the stories I want to tell. And I'm just having fun in the process. And I get to encourage other authors or other people who want to start their process and help them and share the knowledge that I've had or share what I've learned over the last 2.5, 3 years. Because in all reality, it is extremely hard for someone to write one book and publish it. It is extremely hard, and it's even a smaller percentage of those who write more than one. So, the more you continue on with like, oh yeah, I hit a 1,000,000 word mark. What's the big deal? Well, that is a very big deal because very few people ever wrote 1,000,000 words. And then for you to publish 1,000,000 words is even more insane. So the more you continue on, the better off you have of seeing the fruits of your labor come to, or seeing your hard labor come to fruition, I should say. I'll put it that way. I mean, if we hit the easy button for writing, we'd all be writing harem lit books. You're not wrong. But for those guys, if you talk to those guys, like Daniel, DJ, Stuart, I think writes a few harem books. They are very much fast burners, meaning like you have huge spikes of readership and then it drops. And so like those guys will hit a wave. And so it's like you just have to keep writing books. Like if you want to be a harem writer and make it as a living, you have to continually write harem books. And then, of course, if you get burnt out on writing harem books and you want to write something else, well, all of your readership is coming from harem. You haven't built a huge base that will support you with doing something different. So then do you have to write in a pen name so you don't ruin the algorithms? Do you have to, you know, reestablish yourself somewhere else? Like it's one of those traps per se of like, you have to be very selective with the decisions you're going to make and the path you're going to choose. Some authors have been able to do both, but it's not easy. It's just not easy. And you may say it's like the easy button for getting some money and getting some traction, but like I said, you may always think the grass is greener on the other side until you get over there and you're like, oh, this is just AstroTurf. It's not actual grass. Okay, got it, right? So that's where like fantasy, like any genre really. Fantasy, there's gatekeeping. Romance, there's gatekeeping. Lit RPG, it's not necessarily gatekeeping, but it's about finding enough of the readership to gain the traction because there is just so much in there right now. Horror, there can be gatekeeping. Any genre you try to write into, starting out getting the readership and getting the following is the hard part. It's just that simple. Yep. So that's that. Oh, man. You guys, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in to this weekend update. Any other questions you want, throw them in the chat real quick. We can talk about them. I'm happy to share my thoughts. Unless I feel like it's a little too sensitive, then I may just have a private conversation. But yeah, I'll give you guys a minute to chat up. Right now, we've had 21 views on Chapter 20 of Golem Master, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. We've got Penn State and Ohio State today. I really need Penn State to win. We definitely need Penn State to beat Ohio State. We don't want them in the Big Ten championship, that's for sure. I would love to see them even miss the entire college playoff bracket. Let's see scores. What is going on? Come on. Ooh, 14-10. Ohio State's driving down the field. Definitely going to watch that game. And then, of course, Michigan and Oregon coming up at 12:30 on CBS, you guys. You know, I love me some Oregon. Great seeing you here. Safe travels and looking forward to a massively productive and fun week, DJ. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I cannot wait, man. I will see you tomorrow night. What is it? 9:15 is when I fly into Florida. So that's like 6:15 my time. So yeah, it's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be awesome. So, all right, you guys. Well, oh, how's Q coming with the dying breed? Sorry, Brandon, I almost missed your question. Q is currently at 16,000 words in his writing. I think I can double check here. Let's see. I got to get back to work, but we should stream soon. It's been too long. Absolutely, John. You just let me know, dude. We'll schedule it. I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off of work during a normal work week unless there's an emergency that happens. So just give me a shout out. Let me know, dude. We'll definitely schedule it. We'd love to come on and talk about Golem Master. But yeah, you just let me know, dude. Hope you have a great time at work. Shared with me. Where is it? Okay, Dying Breed Survival. I know he had a situation come up earlier this week that really affected him. So it definitely affected his writing. And of course, I told him, like, dude, take your time. Like, there's no rush on any of this. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So that is something to take into consideration. But his word count is he's currently at 16,000 words on the Dying Breed Survival. I'm going to try to read over some of it. So basically, he's got like 46 pages of material. I'm going to try to read over some of it tomorrow on the plane. But yeah, it's he's coming along. He's coming along. So he's got my support. No rushing it. Yeah, well, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. So he's just he's going to try to get back into his routine, because that's what I said is you got to have the routine set up. It's just unfortunately he's had quite a few things pop up that has really impacted that. So yeah, but all right. Well, that is that. Okay, you guys, thank you so much again for everyone who stopped by just to say hi. Steve, Armstrong, Andrea, I so much love you guys. Thank you so much for all the supporters. The Dying Breed, Warrior Bernard, Fighters Maxwell, Foster, Q, Guardian Wilkie, Soldiers Boslow, Little Panda Aiden, Unwired, and of course Defenders LG, Jodan, Miss Aoife, Stephen Landry, and also I forgot Mr. Jacob, who is our newest member in the Patreon community. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend. There may or may not be a live stream next week. It depends on Rob and I, how we're feeling, if we want to do it together or not. So I'll let you guys know. But other than that, have a great week, you guys. Get your read on. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. I know this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.